Okay, welcome back. This is our increasing, decreasing, and piecewise section. It's 2.1, and this is part 3. Alright, piecewise functions are pretty much what they sound like. A function behaves a certain way over a certain interval, and then it changes its behavior for another part of the interval, and it can do that many times. It can do it just as 2 times. You have to have at least 2, otherwise it's not piecewise. But you can have as many as you want or need in order for it to be explaining how the function is behaving. So here I'm using different color codes. This is a function that depends on x, and when x is less than or equal to 0, we want the opposite of x. All right, so since it's less than 0, the opposite was going to be a positive. When we have from 0 to 10, but we're not including the 0 or the 10, we're going to have x plus x squared. That's how that's going to behave. And then when we have x greater than or equal to 10, we're going to have x squared. So, taking a look here, I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see which section we need to work on. And before I go too far, I want to point out that here we have less than or equal to, and then this is strictly less than, right? So we have these so that there is no overlap, right? We need to be sure that there is no overlap, otherwise we are not talking about a function anymore. We're talking about a relation. So if we take a look here, we have f of negative 5. Our negative 5 is going to be less than or equal to 0. So I'm going to have the opposite of, whoops, let me put this as a red. So I'm going to have the opposite of negative 5, which is a positive 5. And here I have f of 0. So because it's less than or equal to 0, the opposite of 0, there is no opposite, it's just 0. All right. Then I have here, I have 3, which is between 0 and 10. And so we're saying that x plus x squared is our function, where I'm going to replace those x's with 3's. So 3 plus 3 squared, so it's 3 plus 9 equals 12. And here we have our f of x, or f of 10, right? And here if we take a look, our x is greater than or equal to 10, then it's x squared. So I'm going to go to my x squared. That's going to be a 10 squared, which equals 100. All right. So this is how you address a piecewise function. You take a look at each individual section, right? Where does this behave a certain way? And then you take a look at what it is behaving, and then you document it. And in order to kind of take a look at this, we're going to go the other direction now. I have a piecewise function for a graph, and I tell you what the sections are, but I want to actually go ahead and write this all out. So for x is less than, and this is going to be an x less than 3, and it's strictly less than, it's going to behave one way, and then for x greater than or equal to 3, it's going to behave another way. All right. So for my less than 3, I have a 1/3 x plus 3. And then again, we're saying it's for the x less than 3, strictly less than. And here we're saying negative x for our x greater than or equal to 3. And here we have g of x, and that's going to equal, and we put that curly bracket at the beginning. So that's telling us that this is all connected to those one function. Okay, that should pretty much cover our piecewise. If you have questions, please do ask. Please spend the time to get in touch with me. I will talk with you soon.